Hello. I've just bought my first house. I got the keys last week, and early next week I've got my first kind of house meeting. We're going to go through the whole plan of the renovation, what we can do, what we can't do. Just the first game plan meeting, if you will. So I thought today might be a nice time to sit down, go through all of my initial ideas, things I'm excited for, plans I have for the house, just a big brain blah of house stuff, because there is a lot in here. And a lot on here. 1.6 thousand pins on Pinterest. I thought it'd be nice to look back on as well once I've actually done the work and see kind of what went to plan. I don't really have a plan as such, surprisingly. I've written some notes on each room, things, important points to remember, so let's get into it. Home renovation diaries class is in session. First things first, a little bit of background about the house. I feel like every house needs kind of different things, different places that I viewed. I definitely would have renovated in different ways to suit each house. This house, when I tell you I fell in love with it as soon as I viewed it, I know it's really cheesy and everybody always says, when you walk in somewhere, you just know. And that doesn't mean it's not horrifying, daunting, and the most stressful decision, but it's also, you do kind of know. You get a bit of a feeling, you're like, I could see myself coming home from work, putting my keys down there, I see myself in this space. And actually everybody who's viewed the house has said I really see you living in here. It's really you. Which is kind of offensive given the current state it's in, but the house was built in the 1930s and it's got really beautiful features that I'm actually really grateful it's come into my hands, because I feel like somebody else would maybe not appreciate it as much as I do. It's got these beautiful arches when you come in. I've also got a sunken bath, which I think is the most insane thing. Could not have gone to a better person, honestly, because I know somebody else would have ripped that out. The way the reactions have differed to my sunken bath when I've had workmen coming around, some of them are like, haha, you're gonna keep that, haha. I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm literally obsessed with it. The majority of people have been like, this is crazy, you have to keep that. So yeah, the features are really nice. It has a really nice feel to it. Layout wise, perfect. I don't need to reconfigure any rooms. I'd actually only viewed a couple of houses. I had in mind that I would get a flat apartment kind of thing. Just space wise, my first home, I didn't want anything that was too much work. I live in Brighton, it's extortionate. So I'd only viewed a couple of houses, and as soon as I saw this one, I was like, I need it. It's so hard to not get your heart set on things. I did it a couple of times at places I saw, and everybody says the same thing, if that doesn't work out, something better will come along. And it's the most annoying thing to hear when you're set on something, but it is so true. When this came along, I was basically on my knees, please can I have your house? I love it. The space itself is really nice. It feels really warm in there. It has a nice energy. I feel like there is something about a home that a family have lived in that you can tell has been loved, and it really feels like a home. I felt that as soon as I went in there, weirdly. There was no furniture in there. There was no kind of signs of life, but it just, I don't know. It had a really nice feeling to it. Keep the charm. I want to keep the general feeling of it, but just take it there a little bit. So renovation wise, it's actually not the biggest project, although we're kind of doing the whole house. I say we because my sister and her husband and basically all of my family are just my dream team. They are helping me with every single thing. My sister has a home renovation account. They did theirs maybe 3 years ago. She has impeccable taste. She's really good at putting colours together. She's also organised. I keep calling her Nick Knowles, which I feel like she's not that into, but it's fine. This shit is overwhelming. Even just the decision making part of it without any of the structural, it's just, there's a lot to think about. So I think having really good people helping me could not be more thankful. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the plan. Back to the plan. It's going to be done in phases. I'm not moving in until the main bulk of the real dusty work is done. That will initially be new windows, floors up, new flooring, painting everything, boring, all that stuff. The only really structural stuff is half a wall is coming out. I'm kind of reconfiguring the kitchen lounge space just to make it a more sociable one space. The kitchen right now is really dark. It's kind of pokey and the door's in a stupid place, and it's actually horribly laid out. That's the only room in the house. So I was I don't really know what's going on here, but I've had this example saved on Pinterest for years of, this was a really tiny flat. I don't know where it was, but I remember watching the process of how they've done it, and it's actually a really small space, but they've brought half of the wall out to create this kind of I'm not the biggest fan of a big open plan living kitchen space. So I like that it's still kind of separate, but just if I have friends around and I'm cooking and they're in the lounge, I don't feel like I'm miles away. Whereas the layout at the moment, you'd be completely cut off. bringing that bit of wall out and blocking up the kitchen door, so that will become the entryway into the kitchen. It just means I have more of a return and I can actually get like a good run of cupboards in the kitchen as well. So that's the kind of only structural stuff. The rest is just like fitting new things, making it how I like it, painting it, new flooring, all that kind of stuff. I'll start with the kitchen because we were kind of already on that. I have gone round and round in circles with kitchen colours, designs, things that I want. It is never ending. Like, honestly, never ending. I think sometimes it's probably easier when you just move into somewhere and you're like, that's the kitchen then. Whereas it's like needed redoing. So the decision is all on me, which is really fun, but also as it stands, I've settled on a maybe light, creamy kind of kitchen. Another kind of theme that will be running through the whole house is warm. Warm, warm, warm. I do not want to see a cold tone in there. I love Spanish, cozy, like beautiful cottagey feeling homes. Off-white kind of units, just keeping it neutral because it will run through the whole space. I didn't want to have anything too colourful that's then gonna kind of like mess up things that I might do in the living room, so I thought we'll keep it as neutral as possible, but with some like fun accents. I try and notice patterns in like things that I'm saving, things that I like, things that I seem drawn to, and a lot of them are like fun accents. I actually don't like anything really that crazy, but I like when they have little personal touches, even just like a fun bit of marble, a fun tile somewhere, you know, like a big print. I think I'm going to bring my colour and my fun in with those things and actually keep the base of it pretty neutral. My floors, I think, are going to be quite a dark brown. They're a dark brown wood in there at the moment, and I'm just going to replace kind of like for like, but newer, and maybe like a slightly more espresso-y tone. This picture that I really like and I keep coming back to, which is like a darker built-in, whatever that is. Those are my kind of thoughts at the minute. Kitchen doesn't need to be decided right now, so I have a little bit longer to think about that, but as it stands, that's where we are. Same flooring, all of downstairs, so that will run through into the living room. This is going to be like a really pretty simple space. The way I'm visualizing it is like literally a sofa, coffee table, probably a big rug, sideboard, TV, big print, but pretty minimal, at least to start with. I guess I'll kind of build up like home bits as I go, but for the beginning, I just want minimal. I want a space that feels really calm and really peaceful. I also have a really cute little patio balcony off the back of my living room, which is going to be such a nice like morning coffee little sunspot. I haven't thought much about outside at the moment. That's kind of like phase 4, maybe 5 in the plan. I see myself on like a little Parisian coffee table, maybe some nice Spanish tiles, having a coffee. And I haven't really thought about it much more than that. So as for the rest of downstairs, I have got a room that's going to become my dressing room walk-in wardrobe, which I'm actually thrilled to have. That has always been like my dream, to just have like a space that's like dedicated getting ready space, somewhere that I feel really excited to get ready in, and like obviously it's part of my job, so it's kind of going to be like an office. That's a room that doesn't need a great deal doing to it. I'm just going to kind of work with the space that I've got. It's a really nice bright room as well. It's really nice and sunny, and the shape of it is just perfect. There is like a bit of storage built into there, so I think I'm going to shelve all of that off for bags, shoes, just like a nice big, nice looking storage part. I feel like that's the room where I can really have fun. Like, it's mine, well, the whole house is mine, but that room is really like fun, girly. It's just going to be great. I definitely want to get some kind of like dusky pinks in there, and maybe like a really fun chest of drawers. That's kind of what I'm seeing, is like a really fun like one-off piece. I am literally like this at the moment on everywhere, Marketplace, Vinteria, like absolutely everywhere, looking for like one-off pieces. I think that's something that I really like, is like simple and then one really cool piece that like makes the room. If I can find something like that, I'll be very happy. And also a great chair. I really want a great chair in there. I've got a lot of chairs saved. I really love, I can't remember her name. I saw it in Architectural Digest the other day. It's like an LA cottage, and she's got this beautiful dressing room with light pink cupboards and like a blue, what I normally call like boyfriend waiting spot. The way the colours look together are really nice, and I probably wouldn't have put them together. I'm not a big fan of blue and pink because it does give gender reveal to me a little bit, but I really liked the contrast of them, so I'm kind of going to try and not play that room too safe. That's a room that you can kind of play with and you can have fun with, and not everything needs to be like perfectly matched. Where it's supposed to be like fun and girly and have like a nice energy to it. So that's a room I'm really excited to to get into doing. Then we've got the bathroom. The blue sunken bath, big bathroom. It's probably one of like the main things in the house that I was like, I need this house. That again, I think will be a much later phase. I really want to be able to give it like full attention. It's a pretty big room and I feel like it kind of needs a lot of thought going into it. I don't want to try and rush making decisions with it. And I just don't really need it for now. I probably will do an upcycle on it. I'm definitely going to get rid of the blue. I think even just painting it white. The tiles are actually fine. The bath is really new. The cabinets and the toilet are pretty ugly, but I basically just want to be able to use the bath, and I don't think I'm going to be able to relax in a room that colour. Some plants in there. It at least makes it usable until I'm ready to like fully refurb it. The focus for now, and actually the current thing that I need to make a decision soonish on, is my bathroom, my ensuite bathroom off my bedroom. This again, I have gone round and round in my head what I want to do with it. Colours, fittings, do I want gold, do I want silver? Like, I've gone into countless bathrooms and been like, this is gorgeous, and I've never thought about the colour of the hardware, the tiles. Do the tiles match the floor? Does this match this? Like, what colour are the walls? I've never thought about it, but when every single decision has to be made, it's making me go insane, and also colourblind. Again, in two minds with this, whether I go really fun because it's an ensuite, it's fun. Also, do I actually want to live in that? I don't know. This is also a question that I'm asking myself a lot. It's like, do I like things for one night? Like, I've stayed in some beautiful hotels. Bathrooms have been gorgeous, but do I want to get ready in there every day? I really love a retro bathroom. I'm not going to do this, but I was saying to my boyfriend the other day, like, we are not having fun with toilets like we used to. You know, when you go to like your friend at school's house and they'd have like a toilet seat with fish in it, or like pebbles, or just something mental in a toilet seat. I feel like there's been a real sadness in society since we stopped that. I think it's directly linked. I really do. I've got some more fun things saved, some like pink sinks, more fun, or I don't know. That's very TBC. I just don't want to end up being like sick of a space and it just being like, oh, everything's pink and it's so pink and like my life's pink, you know? This is not good for an overthinker. I'm trying to not overthink it. I just want to see something that I like and go, yep, let's do that, because whatever I do, I'm sure in a few years I'll be like, I would do that completely differently now anyway. So as long as I like it enough and it's usable, that's another thing. I just want everything to be like lived in. I don't want to feel like, oh, I can't touch that, and like my sink is made of this and it can't have this on it, and I don't want to stain this and I'm like worried about this. I'm sure for a while I'll feel like a bit worried about everything because it's going to feel really new and really perfect, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to be on edge, you know? I want it to feel like my home, and I want it to feel lived in and usable. I am, I think, finding the bathroom the hardest decision to make. The kitchen felt like the options were slightly more limited. I wanted to open it up. I want it to be a bright space. Kind of just makes sense for it to be lighter. Whereas the bathroom is so like you can do really anything with it. And that happens to be my decision that kind of needs to be made soonish. So I'm just doing a lot of looking. A lot of looking. The last kind of space that will be being renovated is my bedroom. This feels kind of like the living room to me, quite an easy one. It just needs painting, new lights. It's a really beautiful room. Again, I feel like a lot of these rooms don't need much doing to them because the features are already so nice. It's so cozy. I'm gonna get a nice low bed, maybe like a hanging light. I'm gonna keep it very simple. It's gonna be my like sanctuary. I need to start seriously looking at like beds as well, because I always said when I move out, I'm gonna invest in my bed. I want my bed to be perfect. There's actually like 2 hotels that I've stayed in that I'm going to email and ask where they get their pillows from, because the thought of sleeping in a bed like that every night is just my dream. I think I'm finding spaces like that easy, that I can add colour in through like bedding, rugs. They're not like permanent colour decisions. I guess that's what's difficult with the bathroom and kitchen. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am really, really excited for things to start rolling. I already feel like things are moving really fast, which is perfect for me. I hate periods of just like sitting. I found the buying process really hard towards the end because I was like so ready. I felt like I was just sitting on all these ideas. I had all this like stuff in my mind, but I couldn't quite go, you know, the like pull back arrow theory. I felt so like that. I was like, I know it's gonna, but it's not yet. Whereas now at least I can actually start going. We've already got things rolling. I've got a guy replacing the back doors because we got them stuck open yesterday for about 3 hours, and I had to call my brother-in-law to come and close it for me. So that can't really go on for much longer. It's already freezing in there because the heating has been off for about 5 months. I think it's been empty actually closer to about a year. So it is freezing cold in there. It does not help when the back door is jammed open. It's really exciting. It's like a doable amount of work. It obviously feels a bit daunting at the moment because nothing has fully started yet. After next week, I'll hopefully have the plans and kind of like structural stuff in place for when they can take the wall out, and then it's all go from there. In the meantime, we're going to rip everything out next weekend. We're going to spend a weekend like pulling all the carpets up, pulling the floorboards up downstairs, dismantling the kitchen, just getting it back to like a clean shell ready for the work to start. But yeah, that is where we're at the minute. But yeah, I'm going to be sharing quite a lot, probably more on Instagram, some bits here. People were asking about making like a home account, but honestly, I'm spinning plates as it is. Sometimes I forget about my tattoo account for about 3 weeks and I think, shit, I should probably post on there. It doesn't really feel worth me making a whole nother home account that once the work's done, I'll probably never post on again. So I'm going to keep it all on my main page. It is going to be such a big part of like my life and my world and things that I post anyway. So it kind of just makes sense for me to have it all there, and then I can't forget to post either. I need to remember to enjoy the process, soak it all up, because I'm sure when it's done, I'll be like, oh, okay. I want to enjoy the stress. I want to enjoy the like unknown at the moment without letting it freak me out. So that is my initial phase 1 home mood board roundup plans that I'm sure will all go out the window as soon as I start knocking things down. But it's a good place to start, I think. And if anybody has any like really cool homeware places, vintage places that they like, please let me know. Please message me. Please drop them in the comments. I am scouring every inch of the internet at the moment for like cool, unique pieces. I keep coming across Instagrams that are amazing and they're in like Texas or Mexico. Don't toy with me like that. I'm very excited to take you all along on this journey. As soon as I've made a singular decision, I will be back. Love you.